Want to save and reuse your scene settings from the iJewel playground? In this tutorial, I'll show you how to export a VJSON file with all configurations. This file can also be used for iJewel Design, Drive, BatchX, or Studio. Let's start with the configurator. Select an object, click Add Configurator. From the panel that appears, enter or select a name for the configurator, then choose a ready-made solution. If you want a custom material, go to the Picking tab on the right panel. Here, you can adjust color, roughness, metalness, and other things. Once happy with your settings, click plus to add it to the materials list. And remember to follow the naming convention. The configurator allows you to create material variations based on a material name. This is the same as the layer name in Rhino. It can be applied to other models with the same material name. To work correctly, the name must match exactly across the models. Since the configurator assigns variations based on the original material names, changing them later will break the link. To ensure everything works correctly, make sure to name the material properly beforehand. Now, if you are working with gems, the process of creating a configuration remains the same, but the gem settings differ. You can adjust properties such as color, intensity, dispersion, refractive index, gamma, and even use transmission to reveal objects beneath or behind the gem. Once it looks perfect, don't forget to click plus to save it. Now let's set up the scene. You can fine-tune everything manually in the right panel or save time by using a pre-made solution in the left. Choose from a rich library of HDR maps for metals and gems, backgrounds and grounds, or take full control over all settings with a ready scene setup. This includes lighting, ground settings, tone mapping, everything except the configurator settings. That's a great starting point. Want a custom scene setup? Let's go through the most used settings. Under Scene Background Environment, you can change the background color, add a custom one, and tweak background and environment intensity and rotation. For the ground and shadows, check out Randomized Lights. Change the focus, spread, and direction of the shadow. Do you need lighter? Adjust blending opacity. In post-processing, the tone mapping section lets you adjust exposure, saturation, and contrast. Want a cinematic depth effect? Enable depth of field, then click Enable Edit and tap anywhere on the canvas to set the focus. You can also tweak depth range, near blur and far blur scales. And don't forget about the field of view. It's under Viewer in the Camera section, essential for getting the perfect perspective. Now let's add camera views. Go to the Animation tab and find the Camera Views section. Click Add Current View to save the current position. Set a new position and add this view. Feel free to add as many camera views as you need, setting each one to your preference. To export the scene settings, go to the Export tab, then select Asset Export, Preset Config Export. Finally, click on Export All Viewer Config. This file contains all your scene settings, including materials configurator, camera views, lighting, and environments. Now let's use this VJSON file in iJewel Design. Upload the model to iJewel Design, and drag and drop the VJSON file onto the canvas. It's very important that the material names in your model match those in the VJSON, otherwise the configurator will not work properly. And that's it. Now you know how to create a configurator, export a VJSON file, and use it in iJewel3d.